Thank you very much. Well, it's interesting because sometimes people say, like, how's a urologist is making comments about like spinal injury, and there's a whole, just like police officers have a problem, the doctors are also under a little scrutiny, and everybody's going after Oz. And if you're on TV, then they think like you're not a good doctor, which is not true. There are a lot of good doctors out there. I certainly do a lot of surgeries. I take care of my patients, and our reputation is out there. And my colleague, Sean McCance, is really, truly one of the best spine surgeons. And we're going to get your phone number at the end for people who have spine injury. But I was also, in a level 1 trauma commissioner. I was at Jacoby Hospital in the Bronx for about 6 years. And we saw all these traumas come in, spine injuries and gunshot wounds. In fact, before Rudy Giuliani, our emergency rooms were packed with, gunshot wounds and stab wounds, and you guys cleaned up the mess. And I blame you for not getting the best training in that trauma booth, but we all have basic training. And when the news came that this thing maybe have happened, and I think it's still possible that something could have happened. Sean, what do you think about, his neck was not obviously stable, and they don't put anybody in the van and secure their neck. So is there a possibility, a chance that maybe he hurt himself in the van? I wrote in Daily News that the likelihood, since this wasn't a high-speed motor vehicle or him doing it himself, it's impossible. But could there be some sort of a neck injury in the car that could have happened? I mean, all of these are possibilities.
I mean, just speaking generally, if someone is unrestrained and if they were to, let's say, fall from a standing height at a sudden turn and hit their head against a wall or against a van and sustain a sharp angular blow, that could potentially fracture a neck. I don't think rolling around in a van is going to fracture a neck. If you were to roll into a wall, the worst that would happen is you'd bump your head or crack your...
He may have hit his head or neck by accident or...
Right. But that's not a roll is not a high-energy injury. It would have to be something from a standing height and to come down at an angle if you're going to sustain a significant neck fracture in a closed space.
Thank you. Commissioner, the message to police officers out there and to the public. So you've been there, you've done it, you faced a lot of criminals, and you have done tremendous amount of work for us, not only as New York Police Department, but also as FDNY and fire department. What is the message out there to all the police officers that are listening to this and to the public?
The message is very clear. We want police officers, not who want adventure, but who want service. And the job of a police officer is to treat the public with respect. You may know that every police car in New York City has the logo on it, courtesy, professionalism, and respect. I put that on those